Hello guys. Welcome to the tutorial. So do you want to set up AMP on your website, right? Do you want to do this with a free plugin? Today, I will show you how to set up and design your AMP website with this AMP for WP plugin. There are a lot of settings you need to configure. So follow me, I will show you everything one by one. So without any further ado, let's get started. Step 1. First of all, install the AMP for WP plugin from the WordPress Plugin repository. This plugin has tons of features to offer. Pre-designed layouts, analytics tracking, ads integration, SEO plugins integration, PWA support, caching feature, structured data, WooCommerce integration, and much more. So install it and activate it. Step 2. Open the AMP for WP plugin settings. Both basic and advanced settings are there. Tap on the Advanced Settings button to see all options. Step 3. Complete AMP setup. First, define your website type. Then define where you want to apply AMP mode. I am just including the post and archive category. Now configure Google Analytics. Enter the tracking ID and define the analytics type. Example, Google Tag Manager. Then configure privacy settings. Under privacy settings, you have the option to set up a cookie bar or GDPR notice bar. Just remember, you can enable only one at a time. I am enabling a cookie bar. Go for GDPR bar if you belong to Europe. Then integrate the third-party plugins with the AMP. You can integrate SEO plugins, forms plugins, and other plugins. I integrate Yoast SEO plugin. If you are using Rank Math, then you can select from the list. Step 4. Navigate to the settings section. Step 5. Configure general settings. First, set a logo for AMP version web pages. Now tap on the resize button, if you want to resize your logo. But I want a fixed size logo on all devices, so I am keeping it off. Then here again you can specify where you want to apply AMP. Now you can see the option AMP Takeover. This is a very rare feature you hardly find in any AMP plugin. If you enable this feature, then it will force your both AMP and non-AMP pages loaded with the same AMP design. But this feature is in beta stage or developing stage now. I am keeping it off. Then tap on the Save Changes button. Step 6. Configure advertisement settings. Basically, with this section, you can specify where you want to place ads in the AMP designed. If you are using AdSense on your website or other advertising networks, then you can configure this. I am skipping this because I don't have ads on my website. To increase web performance on AMP with ads, you can enable this option, Optimize for Viewability. Then tap on the Save Changes button. Step 7. Configure SEO settings. It is best to integrate your SEO plugin here. For example, Yoast. If you want to add custom code in the header section of the AMP webpage, then you can put here. After selecting your SEO plugin, make sure to enable these options. Then tap on the Save Changes button. Then enable the AMP for WP Page Builder feature. AMP for WP plugin also supports the PWA feature. Basically, PWA or Progressive Web Apps is a new revolutionary technology that makes your website into a web application. So for PWA support, you need to click on the Activate this module button. But for this video, we do not implement the PWA on our website. Step 8. Navigate to Performance Settings. These are the caching features and very important for AMP page performance. Make sure to enable all options. Then tap on the Save Changes button. Then under the Analytics tab, you can integrate different types of analytics services with the AMP such as Google Analytics, Facebook Pixel, Google Tag Manager, etc. Step 9. Configure AMP structured data settings. In a free AMP for WP plugin, you can only add one schema tag to a post or page. For unlimited schemas, you can purchase its Pro plugin. So set your schema tag on posts and pages, then click on the Save Changes. Step 10. In the Notice Bar and GDPR tab, you can customize the design of the cookies bar or GDPR bar. There are different options available to customize, such as headline text, button text, custom link, etc. Just remember, you can only enable one bar between the Notice Bar and GDPR bar. Step 11. Enable or disable contact form support. AMP for WP plugin supports these forms plugin. These are the external extensions. For these features you need to first install these extensions on the WordPress website. Step 12. Enable the comments on the AMP website. You have the option to enable or disable the comments on the pages or posts. AMP for WP plugin also supports Facebook comments, Disqus plugin comments. Then tap on the Save Changes button. Step 13. Then under the Tools tab, you have options to hide AMP on a particular category or tags. Step 14. Change advanced settings. Now this section has advanced settings, but as a beginner, you just need to enable the mobile redirection option. After enabling this, your website pages on mobile will be loaded in AMP. Step 15. Move forward to eCommerce settings. AMP for WP supports WooCommerce. It means by installing these WooCommerce extensions you can configure and WooCommerce products on your AMP website. You can click on the link to learn more about this. Step 16. Configure AMP design settings. Now, this is the most important part of the AMP. In this section, you can customize how your AMP pages will look like. First, you need to select an AMP theme. Mostly themes are available in the Pro version. But we are using the free Swift theme. You can see the theme demo by clicking on the View Theme button. After selecting a theme, move to the Global section. In this section, you can define the global color scheme for the header, button. Also fonts and sidebar for the AMP pages. Then in the last Custom section, you can add custom CSS code. Then click on the Save Changes button. Next, move to the Header section. In this, you can set your header design as well as menu design. This AMP plugin supports a search option and copyright bar on the menu, which is great. Also, you can adjust menu padding, text color, background color. Then in the header settings, you can add a link to the non-AMP page for users, add a search icon to the header, and you can turn on the sticky header feature. Then move to a single section. It is the most important part of the video. In this, you can configure the design of your AMP posts. There are tons of features available to customize, such as feature image, author name, published date, breadcrumbs function. If you don't know what these options are, just hover on the question mark small icon. I am not explaining all, since these are a common function you already aware of if you are using WordPress. So take a look one by one and enable or disable it. AMP for WP plugin also supports related posts in the AMP pages. Don't forget to check it at the end. Next, move to the footer design section, and make sure to enable a link to the non-AMP page and back to the top link. In the advanced section, you can see a lot of design features that can make a footer according to your desire. Options available such as text color, font size, background color, menu position, and much more. Next is social sharing. First, switch on the social share function. Next, set the position where you want to display social share buttons on the AMP website. Next, turn on social share links to the AMP option. If you want all your social share links to go to AMP, then you need to just enable this option and all your social share links will go to AMP. Also, make sure to add no follow attribute to all social links. If you want to make your social share buttons floating, turn on the Add This Floating Share button, scroll down, and enable the sticky social sharing bar. It is one of the top-notch features you get in the free AMP plugin. By this, your social sharing engagements will be improved. Now, these are the social media platforms you can add to your AMP website. It supports all of the major platforms such as Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, LinkedIn, WhatsApp, and many more. And the cool fact is these all are available in the free version. After that, make sure to turn on the menu social profile option. And then, enter your social media page links to each column you want to add to your AMP website. This will add the social sharing buttons with your social media page links to the menu. Then move to the date section. By the first option, you can set how the date will appear on the top of every post. Then from the second option, you can set the date format. The traditional format means, for example, modified date, December 2nd, 2020. You can attach time along with the date as well. The date notice option is not important. Leave it. Miscellaneous settings also not important. Then in the extensions, these are the premium features you can buy and take your AMP website to the next level. Some of them are really good add-ons like Ninja Forms, Gravity Forms, Table of Contents. Check first and then buy. So the AMP configuration settings for AMP for WP plugin have completed. Let's see how our AMP website looks like. To view any post in the AMP version, simply click on the AMP icon. This is the social sharing sticky bar and floating bar I am talking about. This is the drop-down menu and cookies bar. Now I will show you the Google Page Speed score of this AMP page created by AMP for the WP plugin. Before ending this tutorial, I would like to say that AMP for WP plugin is the best plugin currently in the market. Not any other plugin offers such unlimited features in a free plugin. If you are facing any problem in configuration, let me know in the comments. Let's see the Google Page Speed score. See, it scored 85 in mobile speed and 93 in desktop. That was amazing and beyond the expectations. So this is all about AMP for WP plugin. Thank you for watching, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon for more blogging related tutorials.